Welcome to our webinar today, having to do with year-end questions that you as a small business owner should be approaching your accountant with. All right, last minute things. What year-end is rapidly approaching. Christmas isn't just coming, and you got to get Christmas presents, of course, but year-end is coming, and your opportunity to affect your tax situation is going to be over at the end of the year for the most part. So, what can you do now? What should you do now? What kind of questions and conversations should you be having with your accountant? That's what we're going to discuss today. So, start with the bookkeeping. Everything really begins with having your books in order. Okay, so if you're responsible for your bookkeeping, get it up to date. If your accountant is responsible for the bookkeeping, talk to your accountant and say, are my books up to date? I want them at least up to date through November, if possible, right now, so that I can have a relevant discussion with my accountant about what my tax bill is going to be. So if your bookkeeping's not done, that's unfortunately priority number one. Get the books up to date so that you've got good information that you can share with your accountant when you're having a discussion about taxes. Okay? And if you don't have somebody doing your bookkeeping for you, Mazuma is your best option, really. It's your most affordable, most simple option. So get in touch with us right away if you need help getting your books up to date. The second question, after the books are up to date, your accountant, or we here at Mazuma, can project what your tax bill is going to be. So you can know within a relative range what your taxes will be when we prepare, or when your tax accountant prepares your tax return next year. All right, so this doesn't have to be a mystery. This doesn't have to be something that you wait to find out after the tax return's done. Get an idea of what your taxes are going to be now, so that you've got 3-4 months of time to plan. All right, and not only do you have time to plan, but you've got time between now and the end of the year to maybe get your taxes down, which is what we love doing. So let's talk about some other discussions, other questions that you can ask your tax accountant or your Mazuma Tax Pro in order to get your taxes down. The three main things that we like to cover are listed here. Entity type is one. Are you structured properly to have to be paying the least amount of taxes? Okay, you've got, of course, options. When you form your business, you've got options to form an LLC or an S Corp or a C Corporation, or to operate as a sole proprietor. What is the most appropriate option for your situation and your business? And what entity type is going to result in the lowest tax bill for you? Sometimes it's just a simple change in entity structure that can lower your tax bill. So that's certainly something you don't want to miss out on, and you want to have that conversation with your tax professional. All right. Next, equipment purchases. You know, wherever you stand politically, I don't care where you stand politically, this new tax bill that's coming into effect here in 2018 does some great things for the small business owner, particularly when it comes to equipment purchases. Okay, you can buy a vehicle for your business, or camera equipment or production equipment, or any type, construction equipment, tools, anything that you use in your business, even though it costs a lot of money and you used to have to depreciate that item over a number of years, now there are certain provisions that are in place that allow us to deduct that full expense all in the first year, all in the year that you purchase it. So you don't want to spend money just to save taxes, but if you need equipment, and if it makes business sense for you to purchase that equipment before the end of the year instead of after the end of the year, that purchase can save you some good tax money. So make sure and bring that up with your tax accountant at year end in your conversations, okay? Before year end. All right, this isn't something that can happen after year end if you're a cash-based taxpayer, which you probably are. Most small businesses are. So this is something you've got to talk about, find out if it makes sense for you, and then go and get the transaction done before December 31st in order to get the benefits. All right, and the last item is retirement plans. Whether whether this works with your retirement strategy or with your perspective on taxes is kind of a different discussion, but retirement plans can save you some good tax money now. Yes, if you're saving taxes now when you put the money in, you got to pay taxes later when you pull it out. However, that might work for you and your strategy. So there are tax deferred retirement plans, traditional IRAs, SEP IRAs, 401ks. Those type of programs often benefit the small business owner quite a bit. And your tax professional can help you know when those need to be set up, how to leverage those, how much money you can put in, and when and how much taxes it may save you. All right. In addition to these items, there's a myriad of other deductions, other circumstances that may apply to you. Right? So your tax professional, especially here at Mazuma, we are on top of this new 2018 tax bill. And there's a lot of good things coming out for small business owners and the middle class, if you will, that are going to make it so you're paying a lot less taxes this year. So make sure and have this discussion with your tax professional before the end of the year so that you can plan for what's in your future when it comes to taxes. Like we say here at Mazuma, taxes, you can't always avoid them, but if you can't avoid them, then plan for them. And so that's what this time of year is about as a Mazuma client. Getting your books up to date, having this discussion with your tax professional. It's all included in your service. It should be included in every accountant's service to project that tax bill for you and give you vision into the future so that no one is surprised when it comes time to actually pay the bill. All right? So we hope this was helpful for you. Make sure and have this conversation. Hopefully it's here with one of our tax professionals at Mazuma. But if not, get a hold of your accountant and have it before the end of the year and save yourself some taxes. Thanks. Take care.